Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, you guys. Welcome to Core Chronicles, Narc Core Chronicles Sundays with Nola. As promised, as promised. So, Narc Core Chronicles Sundays with Nola. If you don't know who I am, they call me Nola. My name is Michelle. I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana. Born and raised New Orleans, Nola all day. I was in a 22-year narcissistic marriage that I am no longer in as of March 31st of 2025. I am in the medical field, work from corporate from home, TikTok affiliate, Amazon affiliate, QVC affiliate, and I own my own LLC, Nola Monthly Love Online Boutique in New Orleans, Louisiana. So I guess I just wanted to start to this Sunday's topic in regards to, how the narc treats you. We did talk about definitely how you're treated when you are pregnant or when you are at a weaker point in your life, because they like I said, all the same characteristics. Let's keep this in mind. Okay, a part of the narcissistic trait and the part of the narcissistic characteristic is they all have the same characteristics. I don't know, it must be some type of book that they're issued when they're kids, but no, that's the narcissism takes over to whatever trauma happened to them when they were a child. And in my narcissist case, I know what his trauma was, stemmed from, and that was from, physical abuse from one of his parents. So I know that for a fact. So that's when my narcissist became, had developed his narcissistic characteristics and became a covert narcissist. So I can remember when I did not come home because I was so fed up with the arguing, the abuse, the verbal abuse. At the time, it was a lot of physical abuse, to where my son had actually saw him put a gun to my head when my son was just 6 years old. And my youngest daughter, Tyler, was not even one, okay? And so I didn't come home because it was called reactive abuse. I didn't want to come home to him because I was tired of being treated the way I was being treated by him, right? So he automatically assumed, because they're always going to assume that you're doing what they're doing, right? Right? Because it's called projection. So he automatically assumed that I was just out cheating on him or whatever the case may be. So in turn, he sneakily filed some type of order to where I had to leave the home. Okay, I had to leave the home and leave my children because I wasn't going to take my children with that drama going on, right? And filed like a fake protective order and had and tried to have me admitted for a psych evaluation. This is the kind of stuff they did. Him and his mom partnered up and conspired and did this and did the same thing. Now let me say this. The same thing happened with my sister-in-law. She went through the same exact situation. So this is how dirty these people play. Now understand, I'm dealing with a covert narcissist, an abusive person. I'm dealing with a racist family. Okay, so this is all of the things entangled with all of this. So that was a part of the first time that I left, and where he dragged me back in after months of. I always got right back on my feet. I got my house, moved out of there, got my house back, within, I'm talking less than 3 months, because that's just the type of woman I am. Now, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect, but this was one of the most destructive times with him, because I had to then fight him for custody of our youngest child, who's now 19 years old. Had to fight him for custody because his mom put him up to that, to try to take custody as if he was going to get it, which he was not, of our daughter. And at the same time, he confessed and said how sorry he was in all these letters, because he was so great at all these letters and writing all these letters to me and to all of his former women and former concubines that keep a harem, of all of the things from all of the years of who they used to be with. Now, is that appropriate for a married man to keep all of that? And when you are with your wife, for you to keep all of that from former lovers and things like that is not appropriate behavior. Okay, I digress. So anyway, yes, had to fight him for custody of our daughter. I remember my father having to come down from California and things like that. I had to move in with my friend Stephanie, who passed away, God rest her soul. Move in with her for like a month, and I got everything back together. And of course, came begging and pleading for me to take him back, begging and pleading for me to do everything, please come back to him and all this kind of stuff and things like that. So this was another situation that I went through with the narcissist, with my children. We had 4 children total. We had one together, but we had 4 children total in 22 years that we raised. And so this is the type of situations that, and what they do to you. They're always going to try to make you look like the crazy one, right? What could possibly be wrong with this person? Why would she not, right? Why would she not want to be abused? Why would this person not want me to call her B's and HO's and black NI's and why would that person, why would she not want me to put my hands on her and for me to sniff stuff up my nose and why would she not? Why would she not? Why would she not want to do it with me? Why would she not want to do the drugs? So this is the kind of things that they do. And so, yeah, that was when my daughter was not even 1 year old. My daughter's 19 years old. So as you can see, you have to stay tuned for all of this is a Lifetime movie. I told you, this is a whole Lifetime movie. So please, I implore you that if you are in a narcissistic relationship and marriage, honey, sister, brother, get out and run as fast as you can. Okay? Get out and run as fast as you can. That's the best advice I can give you as a woman and as a mother and a wife, ex-wife, that was involved with a narcissist and his family for 22 years. I promise you. So stay tuned for next Sunday for Narc Chronicles movement. I told you, this story could be a whole Lifetime movie. The hell that I endured for 22 years, that God has restored and delivered me from. God will give you back everything 10 times forward. He gave me back my brother. He gave me back my best friends. He gave me back everything that the enemy stole from me. Once you leave that narcissist, all doors will open up for you. Okay? All doors will open up for you. So leave your thoughts, comments, concerns in the chat, and we definitely let's talk about it. But until then, stay tuned for more and follow me for more. Narc Chronicles Sundays with Nola. Have a good day. Be blessed.